up your YouTube, search for
Forest Federation.
watch on your big screen.
Or another device if you're at home.
Get yourself comfy, this could take a while. What a happy scene. Something new every day for your long-term memory. This is so exciting, it is nearly time for a
Forest
assembly. Oh, hey everyone, welcome to our Forest Federation celebration assembly. Now, I've taken rather a long time to get this video done because when I arrived at Mr. Smith's house, I had a set of indoor mulca and I thought, if Mr. Smith's in, he's not usually here, let's play. So, come on in, Mr. Smith, that's what we've done. Here we go.
Come on, indoor monkey any day of the week.
Great game. Hey everybody, I spent so long playing Molka at Mr. Smith's, I've had to come back to the garage to do this. Welcome to our Forest Federation Celebration Assembly. 6 short words that drive our lives. Oh, hang on a moment. Year 6s at Stukely, are you actually joining in with this? Because I spoke to your teachers yesterday and they were a little bit disappointed, especially in Oak class, that you are a bit fussy when assembly's on. Might not be your favourite time of the week, but it is something that you expect, and it is something I expect respect from. But also you're not joining in with the strap lines. I mean, don't be so proud. Come on, just crack on. Every day at Stukely and Newton, we want children and staff to feel, be and become. Our school motto is, our school curriculum is. Okay, brilliant. Right, everyone, we're straight into be kind, work hard, and then nailed it or achiever certificates. We're going to go Newton first, then we're going to go Stukely, over to Mrs. Stevens, Mrs. Page and Miss Barry for that. Teachers, you can fast forward to bits you don't need. Each week we're going to have a little competition. We're going to see which one of Stevens, Barry and Page wins a little mini competition. Today's competition is who's going to have the sparkliest Christmas tree. Who's going to have the Christmas tree that's got the most light and sparkles on? Let's find out. Over to them.
Hi there everyone, welcome to this kind of Christmassy edition of handing out certificates. I'm really looking forward to doing that today. So here we go. Eddie, you have been spotted in Anning class working really hard in English and using adjectives independently. Brilliant news, well done to you. Ryan, you have been spotted in Goodall class working hard, in music in fact, and supporting other children with their learning. Well done you. Sienna, you have been spotted in Einstein class for fantastic learning in English. Well done to you. Being kind. It is Madeline for Anning class, always being kind and polite. Well done, Madeline. And you have been spotted, Finn Osborne, for being kind and helpful. Really, really good on the text stuff as well, aren't you, Finn? Being kind, it's you, Ruby, for Einstein class. You have been noticed always walking into assembly beautifully. Well done you, setting yourself to be a great role model. And what an achievement. Finally, it's you, Isabel. You've been spotted for always having an excellent attitude to your learning. And she's a pretty good artist as well. I saw some of her work today. What an achievement. Daisy Crawley, it's you for Goodall class for your great comprehension work around fantastic Mr. Fox. Really well done to Daisy. And what an achievement. It is you, Arthur Jones, for fantastic sewing skills in art. And I went into Einstein when they were doing that. Good job all round. So, brilliant. Well done if you've been lucky enough to be spotted and to get one of these certificates. If it's not you this week, then who knows, maybe you another time. Keep working hard and aiming high, everybody. And see you, if not next week, then maybe after the holiday. Goodness me. Take care, everyone.
Hey everyone. Well, look, I found a little festive spot in school, so I'm managing to do these certificates alongside a very beautiful Christmas tree. So I'm going to start off with foundation. Nailed it for Octavian. Great singing in the Nativity. That's been a real treat this week. Isabella, beautiful, amazing solo. Now there were lots of adults in the hall that had a lump in their throat because it was so beautiful. So you have got a nailed it for your singing. Elroy has tried really, really hard on writing his name. Well done, Elroy. So you've got the working hard certificate. And Mrs. Williams has got another one. Aranas for helping people when they are finding things difficult. What a lovely reason. So they are all the ones from Mrs. Williams' side. Now, jumping, I've got Miss Howie's next. For being kind, it's Rowan. For being kind in PE and sharing her gloves with a friend when she was cold. Oh, what a lovely reason. And nailed it for Rory, who has been using different strategies in his maths assessments. Well done, Rory. And a working hard for Harry, who's always rising to the challenge when writing. Super reason. Now, these ones are Mrs. Corley's and Mrs. Green's side. For being kind, we've got Jasper. You were brilliant at apologising to someone in Magnolia class. Oh, interesting. So that's why he's got that certificate. Sam, consistently, brilliant word. Consistently, you have a great attitude to your learning. Well done, Sam. You've nailed it. And Lorena for working hard to write effective sentences in her English. Well done. So you've got that certificate. Here are the other foundation ones. So these ones are for Mrs. Gavigan's class. For greatness, for brilliant actions and jiggling along to all the songs in the play. Well done, greatness. For Emily, for her lovely kindness towards other children. Well done, Emily. And Izzy for excellent directions in the Foundation Nativity play. Well done, you folks. And the last ones that I have are for year 2. So these ones are Pine class. Amelia for always being lovely and kind member of the class. Well done to you. You've got the being kind. Working hard for Jake for trying really hard in maths and sharing all of his lovely 3D shape knowledge. Well done, Jake. And nailed it to Austin for showing a really good understanding of English language around empathy and caring for the people. Well done, you've got nailed it. And Miss Smart's class, so Maple class, well done to Millie. You've got the being kind for being an excellent helper to her teacher and her friends. Charles has got nailed it. Well done, Charles, for trying really hard in music. And last but not least, working hard goes to Unit for trying really hard in DT. And we were doing some sewing and that was quite tricky. So well done, Unit. Well done, all the certificate winners.
And now to the Key Stage 2 certificates for this week. The Nailed It certificate goes to Owen in Miss Lawrence's class for excellent work on his 3 times table. The Being Kind certificate goes to Amelia for always going above and beyond to help out her friends. And finally, Working Hard goes to Hugo for working on being a resilient learner and challenging himself. In Mr. Watley's class this week, the Working Hard certificate goes to Lily for always going above and beyond what is being asked of her. Nailed It goes to Emily for excellent writing about the Blue Umbrella story. And Being Kind goes to Harriet for always being friendly and caring. In year 4, in Mr. Smith's class this week, Working Hard goes to Arnis for some fantastic creative writing. Being Kind goes to Isla C for being such a kind girl and is very generous to her friends. And finally, Nailed It goes to Victor for being really increased and the number of his AR quizzes. So really doing well with those AR quizzes, Victor, well done. And then in Mrs. Franklin's class, for Being Kind goes to Bailey for always being a great role model for the rest of the class. Working Hard goes to Angelina for always working hard to do her very best at all times. And the Nailed It certificate goes to Noah for having fantastic answers during their reading sessions. Well done, year 4s. On to year 5s. The Nailed It certificate this week in Mrs. Dada's class goes to Riley for consistently high standards of his work, specifically in science. For working hard goes to Charlotte for always trying her best in all subjects and asking questions to improve her understanding. And being kind goes to Elijah for sharing his time and skills to help his classmates improve their music. That's great stuff, well done. And then in Mrs. Boswell's class, the Nailed It certificate goes to Jensen for fantastic work in his French. Working Hard certificate goes to Anna for being a great team, using great teamwork when building the snowman. And Being Kind goes to Bo for always being kind to others. And finally, into year 6. In Mrs. Campbell's class, we have Joseph. He was spotted quietly helping someone else in their maths, and that was really impressive. So being kind there. Working Hard goes to Damla, as she has worked really, really hard with her AR quizzes throughout this term. And finally, the Nailed It certificate goes to Rhiannon because she has worked really, really hard at following our slant rules. And finally, in year 6, in Mrs. Peake's class, Being Kind goes to Aman for being really helpful in the class. Working Hard goes to Vinny for working very hard in writing lessons in order to make his writing even better. And the Nailed It certificate goes to Luke, and that was actually awarded by Mr. Hunt for PE. So well done, all of them. I'm really fortunate this week because I have actually got 2 millionaire certificates to award, and they are both year 6s. So excellent work, well done on becoming a millionaire to Harrison, and also well done for being a millionaire to Edward. Great stuff, everybody. Well done.
Thank you to the 3 heads of school there for their input. Well done to Mrs. Stevens, who had the sparklers tree. Wonder what next week's challenge will be. Right, I'm going to do some more shout outs from in school. These have come from children, which I love. First of all, shout out to Mrs. Newman in year 1. Thank you from Mrs. Howie, from Miss Howie, one of the teachers, for all of your work to catch up with children who were missing their assessment. So lots of you were off. We needed to get loads of work done. Mrs. Newman's worked like a trooper to get them done. Thank you, Mrs. Newman. Also, I've got some lovely ones here. Charlie in year 5, big shout out to Foundation Stage at Stukely for your excellent nativity. Love that one. Alice in year 3 for always being, in year 4, sorry, Alice in year 4, always being happy no matter what day it is or what mood other people might be in. Thank you, Alice. To Jessica Stars, that's Mrs. Stars at Stukely's daughter. Mrs. Stars, one of our lunchtime supervisors. Thank you for taking care of the Irish dancing show. That's from Freya in year 4, Birch at Stukely. What a lovely shout out to Mrs. Stars' daughter. Please tell Mrs. Stars that came up in assembly. Jessica M for always being hard working at everything you do, from Tiana, year 4, Stukely. This is the smallest shout out I have ever seen. It says shout out to Victor in year 4 for sharing his creative ideas. That's from Alicia in year 4. Mr. Smith, thank you for all of your salutations with year 4 Birch class. That's from TC. Trying to work out who that is. And finally, to Mrs. Rose at Newton, thank you for being a magnificent help for me and for others, and for being so kind. I don't know who that's from, but what a lovely shout out. I love the word magnificent. Okay, moving on to family shout outs. These are things you've been up to outside of school. Hopefully you'll have some pictures throw themselves up on the screen here too. Where are we? Here we are. Carla in year 1 at Stukely. Gym competition a couple of weeks ago, first place in the floor and second place on the beam. You superstar. Amy in year 6, Stukely. You got your grade 4 in your drumming. I know how much you're enjoying it. We reckon grade 5's coming before Easter. There's your challenge, Amy. Grace in year 2 at Stukely. You are smashing division in your times tables rock stars. Your family are very proud. Well done. Jack in foundation stage at Newton. You look at the swimming certificate that you've got. You are doing I think it's a 3B. You're doing a super job, Jack. Ellie in year 5 at Stukely. You run for Hunts Athletic Club. You've just done 1.5 miles in -3 degrees centigrade temperatures. The fog was so thick you couldn't see where you were going, and you got a personal best, 14 minutes 7 seconds. That is superb. At Isla in year 2, you got your Blue Peter music badge for your piano work at school. Well done at Stukely. And Joshua in year 1 at Stukely dug out a fossil triceratops. I mean, not an actual one, I don't think, but well done, Josh. Great achievement. Come on, Newton, get your family shout outs in. Love to hear what you're up to. Right, that's it. Quick World Cup Prediction League update. Okay, we've only got 1 round left. Edward from Stukely, year 6, is currently top. Here is some information for you if you want to check out what's going on. Edward's top, Leo's a close second. We've got 1 round left. Who's going to be the winner of the World Cup Prediction League? Who's going to win the World Cup? We'll find out at the weekend, won't we? It's going to be Argentina or someone else, and I don't know who that is at the moment. Anyway, just before we go, I'm sorry, Dora at Stukely in year 5 said, when's the next Who Will Be the Best? I've just had a lot on and I just haven't got it quite finished, but there will be one before Christmas, I promise. We have got an EDK after this, and even more exciting, we've also got a couple of cheer boost song or silences. I recorded them a while ago, finally out. Anyway, enjoy everyone, see you soon.